Good morning, guys. I want to start today's meeting with questions. Just raise your hand if you have ever experienced situations as follow, okay? Alright. How many of you have talked to someone but at the end of your conversation, you guys don't really get the point out of your conversation? Anyone? Okay. How many of you have failed in communicating your idea to your potential customers, resulting in not closing the sales? Alright. And then last one is, how many of you thought that you have given your best performance, you have given your best explanations, but your potential customers were not interested in your offer? Alright. Well, I see most of you have ever experienced it. Today I want to talk about good communication, especially for us as a financial planner in insurance company. So you must master 6 important points. I repeat, you must master 6 important points. First one is listening. Being a good listener is one of the best ways to be a good communicator. In line with our company's motto, always listening, always understanding. Yeah, correct. Listening plays very crucial part in a good communication. 10 years ago, so when I first started my career as financial planner in this company, I could hardly close any sales. Fortunately, I was mentored by my leader, Mr. Stefan, who was a good salesperson. He was a lot quieter compared to me, but in fact, he could close the sales a lot more than me. So we think, how could that happen, right? So I went for consultation with him, and eventually I realized one important thing that I had missed. You guys can guess what it is? Yes, correct. I didn't listen enough when I talk. Initially, I was not a good listener, but I was not a good listener at all. But starting from that very moment, I practiced my listening skill. People often say that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, right? So it means we have to listen more than we talk. Number 2 is body language and intonation. Now we all try saying I love you with flat face. I love you. And then compared to the other one is saying I love you with more sincere expressions like I love you. You guys can feel the difference even though the words are the same? Yeah, you can feel? Yes, in fact, body language and intonation affect the message that you carry on. Even though you are communicating the same message, but with different body language and intonation, will change the whole meaning. Your body language, like eye contact, hand gestures, and then standing position, do influence your communication a lot. A relaxed, open stance like arms open and then legs relaxed, and a friendly tone will make you appear approachable and will encourage others to speak openly with you. Eye contact is also important. You want to look the person in the eye to demonstrate that you are focused on the person and the conversation. However, make sure not to stare. Not to stare at the person, which can make him or her uncomfortable. Also, pay attention to others people's non-verbal signs while you are talking. Like, does his or her eyes focus on you? And then, does he or she yawn while listening to you? Does he or she show interest while talking to you? Because as we know, like the sign of not interest, and then yawning is the sign like boring. Yeah, it means like he or she is bored listening to us. Now number 3 is confidence. It is important to be confident in all of your interactions with others. Signs of confidence can be as simple as making eye contact or using a firm but friendly tone. Remember, avoid making statements sound like questions. Of course, be careful not to sound arrogant or aggressive. Be firm with your idea and your explanation. Don't sound like you are confused with your own idea. Number 4 is empathy. Even though if you don't agree with your potential customers, it is important for you to understand and respect their points of view. Using phrases as simple as "I understand where you are coming from, sir," demonstrate that you have been listening to the other person and respect their opinions. If you want to correct something out of their statement or opinion, make sure that you do it politely, like, "Yes sir, I understand it, but if I may sir, regarding blah blah blah." So it's very polite, right? Implying this will make your potential customers feel comfortable and not confronted. If let's say they have ever gone through unpleasant experience with the similar products or services we render, listen attentively to their story. Be empathy and say sorry if needed. When the moment is right, try to explain the cause of the problem so that he or she has a better understanding about the issue. Most of the time, disappointments happen due to lack of understanding or misunderstanding about the product terms and conditions. Number 5 is feedback. Feedback includes giving feedback and asking for feedback. Giving feedback gives a sign that you are interested in his or her story while you guys talk. It can go like, "Oh really? It was so much fun. I should try someday though." Or, "Wow, it's amazing. I've never heard it before." Or to show your interest, you can say like, "Oh, what happened next?" Okay? Besides giving feedback, asking feedback is also important to know that our potential customers are listening and their thoughts about us, about our products, about our idea. It can go like, "That's all my explanation, sir. Is there any questions that you want to ask?" Or, if there is a product like this, for sure it will be useful for you, right? Or we can say like, "What do you think about the concept I just shared to you, sir?" And then number 6 and the last one is product knowledge. One common thing that a salesperson often underestimates is product knowledge. You might think that you are skillful enough in communications, but you should give not only the idea of communication. I mean, like, not only you should master the communication skill, but also if you give a wrong explanations and then later on you apologize and correcting it, it will leave an impression of not professional in your potential customers. Or often happen case is mis-selling caused by giving wrong product explanation, resulting in misunderstanding when the customers want to do claim or withdraw their money. So pay attention to this point to mitigate future problems. Well, I have shared all the 6 important points for having a good communication. Is there anyone want to ask? Alright, Miss Mel, this is the end of my presentation. Thank you.